My weed addiction was my problem. I was the problem. It wasn't my environment. It wasn't my genetics. It wasn't my family trauma. Parents went through a horrible divorce. It wasn't my deteriorating health. It wasn't my finances. It wasn't my job. It wasn't my boss. My weed addiction was my problem. And realizing that was some of the best news I had ever received in my entire life. In today's brief video, I want to take some time and talk to you guys exactly how I fixed that problem, because it's something that each and every one of you are capable of. That is a guarantee. Now, you're probably wondering what it is that I had in the thumbnail, that little silver foil bag of stuff. And that is a very exciting piece of news that I'm going to be sharing with our community soon and our YouTube channel soon. And you can stay in the loop by downloading the free 11-step foundational pillar to quitting PDF that I just created this past week. So this is the updated thing with the link in my bio, the link in my profile, or the pinned comment. So check that out, download that, and you'll stay in the loop about that foil bag that I had there. Now, every single person who struggles with addiction inherently shares these traits, okay? And these are traits that you have access to right now in this given moment. And I promise you that these are the exact traits that you're going to need to quit smoking weed. You have dedication. You have dedication to a drug. You have discipline. You have remained very disciplined in your substance use. You have determination. Come hell or high water, being high or not being high, appropriate or not appropriate, you have found a way around it. You've been very determined in your addiction. Whether you have a lot of money or no money, you have been funding an addiction. And an addiction is not a cheap thing to fund. Decision making and delayed gratification. You have put off many aspects of your life, whether it's your career, your relationships, your faith, your physical health, or your mental health, to continue the pursuit of a drug. You have exercised delayed gratification. You've used that to put off all the things in life that you actually want to be pursuing. You have grit. You have the ability to get back up after you have been knocked down 100, if not 1,000 times. I can't tell you how many times I relapsed before I finally quit. Grit was something that I had. You have obsession, you have passion, and you have commitment. You have all of these things to the pursuit of a substance addiction, a weed addiction, a nicotine addiction, a pornography addiction, a drug addiction. These are all the traits that got you hooked. And these are the exact traits that you need to escape. And notice, I personally didn't say motivation, because at some point you have lost motivation to do this drug. Yet here you are still doing the drug. That's because the traits that you have are much more powerful than a little bit of motivation. And those exact same traits, when applied to your quitting journey, your recovery process, your sobriety journey, whatever you want to call it, when you apply those traits to building the life that you are proud to be living, you will become unstoppable. And you have access to those traits right now. You're not going to pay me for a coaching call or join our Living Weed Free in 2023 programs and suddenly get access to those traits. You already inherently have them. You are simply using them to your detriment as compared to your benefit. And that's the shift in mindset that we need. Now, here's a mantra for you guys, and I hope you have a pen and paper handy. If not, please pause this and grab one, because I want you to write down these 6 things. This is kind of like a moving mantra or a moving meditation. Number 1, no one can quit but me. Number 2, no one can choose but me. Number 3, no one can fail but me. Number 4, no one can succeed but me. Number 5, no one can challenge me but me. Number 6, no one can do this but me, because no one can believe in me like me. This is a mantra that you guys can use early on in your addiction recovery. Before you go to bed at night, when you wake up in the morning, take onus and take responsibility for the addiction. And for those of you sitting here saying, no, Dr. Frank, I swear it's my family, it's my mental health, it's my physical health. My boss, he yells at me every day. The moment you start to take control of what goes on in between your two ears, the conversations that happen in your brain, the moment that you start to prove that you control what goes on up here, not the addicted voice, not the drug, not the boss, not the bad situation, not the finances, not the environment. Control is now coming into your life and into your hands. And that's what we want, because addiction is out of control. It's a complete lack of control of our mindset, of our brain. Dementia is a terrible, terrible thing. And I don't view addiction as all that different. Except an addiction, it's a perceived loss of control of one's mind. By taking responsibility, by saying, I am the problem. My weed addiction is my problem and my problem alone. You are now taking control of the situation. Now, unlike maybe your current living situation, if you're with family and you don't have enough money to get out, or if you're currently in a bad job and now isn't the time where you can leave, or if you're suffering from a health condition that you can't reverse, unlike those things, you can control this. And sometimes that's the first step to reclaiming control in all those other aspects of your life, in your job, in your health, in your finances, in your relationships, in your business, in your environment. Sometimes that change in mindset, controlling one's mind, which is exactly what addiction recovery is. It is the ultimate example, in my opinion, of control of one's mind, of one's thoughts, control of one's actions. This has the ability to change your entire life, and it is something that you have access to right now. Now, if you're sitting here thinking that's bad news, it's not, because this is coming from a growth mindset versus a closed mindset. And what I mean by that is life is much better. Life is much happier when we are in control, because now I don't care what happens in the economy. I don't care what happens in this business. I don't care what happens in that relationship, because I am in control of what happens. I am in control of the conversations in my head. And when I control that, there is a much better chance I'm going to be able to control my situation when a recession hits. There's a much better chance I'm going to be able to control my life situation when illness strikes, when relationships come and go. When the loss of a family member, which I've suffered before, occurs. It puts me in control. And this is a mindset that you are capable of. If you want to go deeper on the Addiction Mindset Recovery Coaching Program topics, check out the Living Weed Free in 2023 programs, guys. I have payment plans available. I'm going to be live on Zoom 21 times over the course of 2 months with a select group of up to 50 people working with you guys on this stuff, working on mindsets. And we're going to be talking about how I built this 6-figure coaching business. And I'm going to teach you guys exactly how to do that, how to make money online, if that's something you've been interested in. All in the same program. So check out Living Weed Free in 2023. Or if you don't want to do that, download the 11 foundational pillars of the Addiction Mindset programs, which talks about tips, tricks, and mindsets to help you quit or sustain your recovery process if you've already quit and you're having success. All right, guys, I'll see you guys in that pinned comment, the video description, or the link in my profile. Until next time.